Okay, 7th grade, here are going to be a couple of examples of how to do our problems today where we're finding a percent of a number. We have 48 is 32% of what number, and we just want to find out what is this missing number over here. So I'm going to write 48, and then is means equals 32%. I want to change to a decimal, so I would move it over twice and write 0.32. My of becomes times, and my what number is what's missing, so I'm going to use an n for that. So again, we're trying to find out what the n is, so we need to get rid of the things on the same side of the equal sign as the n. So I'm going to write divided by 0.32. That lets us cancel that out and makes it nothing over there, but just the n left. And then over here, we're going to divide the 48 by 0.32. So I'm going to take this division problem and write it over here. I'm going to have 0.32 on the outside, because remember the top number drops down inside the box. I'll add a decimal after my whole number right there, and then add a couple of zeros. And now I know to move my decimal 2 places over to the right to make it a whole number, and then I'd move this one over 2 places and put it up right there. So I start dividing. I'm just going to be dividing 32 into 4800 now. 32 goes into 48 just one time. I divide, I end up with 16 left over, dropping down my 0. And 32 into 60 probably goes 5 times. That's 10, 15, 16. That's correct. So I'd write that. Have my 160. I have one more 0, and I need to go ahead and put it up there because my decimal is at the end. So 48 is 32% of 150. So that is the answer to that. And we have another example. This time it says 1.7 is 2.5% of what number? Okay, so it's a little bit harder because we have kind of a more complicated fraction or decimal in our percent. So I'm going to start out by writing 1.7, and then is means equals 2.5% to change to a decimal. Remember, you still move it 2 places to the left, and so I have 0.025. Okay, and then the of becomes times, and the what number is my missing number. So now I'm going to be dividing by 0.025. Cancel that out, leaves me with my n all by itself, and I'm going to divide the 1.7 by 0.025. And again, that's what goes on the outside of your box. The top number goes inside. And I'm going to add a couple of zeros, that way I can do this here, move this over 3 times to make it a whole number. And now I start from where it was, which was between the 1 and the 7, because it was already given to me. Then I'm going to move it over 3 places this way, then move it up, and now I can just start dividing, and now it just is dividing by 25s, which are pretty easy. I can even erase that 0. There we go. 25 doesn't go into 17, but it goes into 170 6 times, which is 150. Subtracting, I get 20, dropping down my 0. 25 goes into 208 times. So I'm going to write that down, and I have 68 as my answer. So 1.7 is 2.5% of 68. And that's it. I think that's all the explanation you need, but if you have any questions, of course, you can email me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.